Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to a world record gameplay in Warzone. 155 kills, and Schley, whose gameplay we're checking out, gets 51 of them, which is insane. His links will be down in the description. Make sure to go check him out. But what also made me go wow when I saw this gameplay is he's using a loadout that you just don't see people using. I was expecting when I heard about this for him to be using either a Kilo or an M4, you know, the standard guns that people use, and of course be paired with an MP5. But he's not using either of those, right? Yeah, he is using an Origin 12 shotgun, which is slightly broken right now and has broken my soul so many times in Season 5. But nonetheless, really impressive gameplay, and it's nice to see a new high score added because it's been a while since we've been breaking records in Warzone, and it's coming towards the end of the life cycle with Season 6 kicking off next week. But 155, I can't even put that into perspective. Like, when you kind of break that down, within 15-20 minutes of gameplay, you pick up 155 kills. Now, there are a few things I want to point out with Schley's gameplay because he's a really solid all-round player. First of all, he does use automatic tactical sprint. Now, this is something that I've seen quite a few high-end players start using within Warzone. It kind of actually got gentleman agreement within GBs and competitive because it is a little bit overpowered in certain ways because it allows you to kind of slide cancel and really take advantage of your map, making sure that you're getting maximum movement speed at all times, which really does help pull off flanks and kind of get in people's faces if you're using something like an MP5 or an Origin. Now, you don't normally see people use shotguns because when you use the automatic tactical sprint, you can't really walk through a building very easily. You kind of have to walk in like triangles for it to really work out. So you'll notice most people, if they use auto tactical sprint, they will use an MP5. But really interesting to see, he slides into it and also then kind of stops himself when he's moving. So he makes sure that he stays in that hip fire stance when he's doing it. Otherwise, he goes to aim down sight. Two little things to pick up from his gameplay, which is really interesting. And another thing was something he likes to call scamming. Like, I talked to him about this and like how he approaches gunfights. And one of the biggest things that he does is him and a couple of his friends call it scamming, which is all about picking off players that are least expecting to be taken off. So it's like the stragglers of a group. So when you're kind of like, when you engage a squad, you'll look for whoever's like falling behind or is running across an open field and pick them off first to get the down, because then that stops them being able to, one, outnumber you, and two, also reposition and kind of get control of a gunfight. And if you engage a team, don't get it down, and that leaves 4 players to really focus and push you, because you'll notice a lot of these high-end gameplays where people are getting a lot of kills, they will, like, the way that they engage is they'll disengage if they're not if they don't get a kill quickly, because otherwise they're going to be overrun, taken out. And another thing as well, when you look at this gameplay, the M13 is sublime. You forget how little recoil this thing has. Like, it is the highest fire rate assault rifle in the entire kind of weapon category, and something that you really need to do if you're using the M13 to get the most out of it and get that high time to kill is landing those headshots, because it does 24 damage per shot to the chest. So if you hit in the chest straight, it's going to take quite a lot of bullets. It's like 11 bullets to kill someone if it's just chest shots. It's got like a 960 fire rate. But you need to land those headshots because the headshot multiplier, 50%, means that you're doing 36 damage a bullet, which then kind of drastically drops that time to kill, which is like you can see here, Schley does it all the time and can just take out squads one after another. And another big thing that I noticed with this gameplay, and the reason they were able to get that world record, is because if you look at the map at all time, they tend to all split in different locations. Sometimes they're in pairings, but otherwise they're all spread out, because at the end, you'll see this. They all have like 40 kills each. It's like Schley's at the top with 51, then you've got like 42, 40, and like 30. And round here, there's like really, really nice. And you'll see it every time he engages a gunfight, he will take the shot, then jump out, push, pre-aim, get those shots off, and then if he loses the situation, if he doesn't do it, he'll disengage and reposition so the other team aren't set up on him, just like he's done there. He went away, he didn't want to push there because he'd get outnumbered, then switches to that Origin. Like, the Origin, I don't know how I feel about it. I know Right, one of the big things with it, I don't mind it as much when it's in your loadout, because yes, the origin is really good, but it is situational. It's not like an MP5 where you got to lose to it at like kind of a bit further away. It has to be right in someone's face. But because of amped and the speed that you can whip it out, if you're using something like an M13 or a RAM, a high fire rate assault rifle, you can really make it work for you, and that combination will just destroy, because like an M13 is actually good at close range because of that high fire rate. So if you miss a shot, it's got enough time and enough bullets being pumped out to really kind of help you win those gunfights. It's so good. It's so specific. It's, you know what? It's just refreshing. It is refreshing to see some gameplay that isn't a kilo and an MP5. Also, something else is he does, of course, go on a nuclear where you get a 30 kills, 30 gun streak in Warzone. You start getting your unstoppable medals. And I want to hear from you in the comments, actually. What do you guys think about buyback game modes? Because for me, they are so good. Yeah, I miss the gulag. I love the gulag as an inclusion, but I feel like the gameplay pace especially for mid game when you've got buyback in, is so fast. And the fact that you can get your loadout straight away, you kind of throw away your respawn opportunity, but you can go on these incredible gameplays, because that's one of the things that they did. They all landed at a buy station at the start of the game and were able to pick all those kills up. And here as well, something that's really worth pointing out, and you'll notice this throughout, it's all about holding locations down. Like if you are able to hold a location and kind of like control it, you will be in a much better position and rack up kills. Like a lot of people will go, oh, I've got to move, I've got to chase the dots. The action actually happens a lot depending on where you position yourself. And if you spread yourself out in enough different spaces, you're going to pick up more kills than the other team a lot of the time, because of how the game works and where people are coming back in from spawns and being pushed in from the gas. Like, you'll notice he moved around the map. He was first of all at Twins, killed all the enemies in that part of the map. Then he moved over towards the hills, which is another quadrant of the map. And then he's in Storage Town, which he stays and fights around. Because if you do that, you end up getting people on their rotations. Like that is one of the big things to do for high kill games, is you want to kind of think about where everyone drops in the middle of a game, and then kind of break it down and where people are going to be coming from. Like there, I really want to use the M13 now, because I've been watching this gameplay and just kind of seeing it doesn't move, especially. So for those of you wondering as well, he's using the Commando foregrip. He's got the largest barrel on it. And then he's got that holographic sight as well. The Origin 12 is, I don't know how to feel about it still. I'm still an MP5 person, but I want to start using the shotguns a little bit more, especially if the rumors in Season 6 are true that we're going to be getting a new shotgun potentially, along with an assault rifle and sniper as the 3 weapons. I'm really interested to see how that pans out. And here, once again, every single gunfight that he gets into, it's all about positioning. So he will use the radar a lot to be able to tell where people are. But one of the big things is when you're positioning yourself, you always want to be in a situation where you can get into cover, because if you do get flanked, you can dip out and hold it, because people with Ghost, you can't always rely on your UAVs and your radar. But here, he gets that kill. He's on 50 kills now. Always a refreshing thing when you pass and you mark. But this is one of the hardest ways to go down in a game. It's like he's in a good spot. He's in a good spot. Thinks he's got control. His teammates are on the right-hand side. And this one little bit gets missed, and he gets flanked from behind and gets stunned and taken out. But thankfully, his teammates are there to save the day, bring him back in, and so they can get the world record gameplay. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you guys think about these high kill games? Do you think they're really impressive, or is it all a matter of kind of getting the right lobby? Because that is one of the big things. You need the right lobby to be able to get these scores. You need to have them drop in the same spots and then mop up like these guys have. Like Schlee's been an absolute beast. Do make sure to check him out with his link in the description. He streams over on Twitch. But there we have it. 51 kills from Schlee, 32 from Mason. Then Twitch goes ahead and gets 42, and then Reed gets 30. But what's really impressive for me is the amount of damage. The damage output is ridiculous. 17,500 damage for those 51 kills. Like, he was pumping it out with the M13. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also click one of the videos on screen right now for more Warzone content, and I'll see you there.